Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
We were on the previous patch for now.
I know, are they just like
too much to
are
kind
they
of
forgetting
fight
what
for?
patch we're on? I don't know. It looks like they're gonna fight for it anyway. 6 minutes. Just some good old-fashioned tradition here. It's gonna be first blood picked up for WE as Jway got immediately one-shot, and now Shadow is in some trouble as well. He's gonna get taken down by Karis immediately, 2-0 for Team WE in a fight that really shouldn't have happened in my opinion.
Into the back pocket.
I mean, this is crazy. FPX were the one who rotated their bot lane first, and they're going to lose all three of those grubs. They're going to try to respond, though, with a play as Taeyun immediately getting chunked out and taken down by Shadow. Here comes Monkey, though, to try to make it a bit of an even fight. Goes in with a grand entrance to Grand Starfall, but now is going to get taken down as well. Another stun connects from Jway. Shadow jumps forward, and Assume picks up the second kill for FPX.
Back actually does it!
Oh my goodness! Taking him down immediately as the minions fall. The dredge line and the turret help Vampire out things if they want to. Monkey right now around that bottom side as the mid laners have kind of rotated down there. Meanwhile, Shadow up top lane, maybe looking for a play alongside Sheer on a cube. Already being stopped onslaught pop. There comes the dump forward from Shadow, and a very easy kill picked up from FPX.
There we go. Both of these junglers very proactive on the map at the moment. Exactly what we want to see from Shadow after he'd had some inactivity issues. So key. The Deferi is going to be a big part of being able to win because there's a ton of squishy, high damage carry options that you want to be trying to play for. Both Cube. Oh, hang on. Shadow.
Oh, nice cancel from Shadow. Using the target to get away from that depth charge. We'll see if it matters, though. The Chain of Corruption hits from Taeyun. Nice flash ulti from him. And it should result in Shadow going down and a nice chunk of gold going over to the Varus.
Oh, I really didn't think that Chains of Corruption was going to hit. Looked like it was on the very edges of the hitbox. Went on to Taeyun from FPX.
Karis is TP as well if he wants to use it. There he goes onto that pink ward in the bush, but it's going to get canceled by Karis. Just way too obvious of a location to be using that summoner spell. And now it'll only be a 3v3 with Assume already chunked out. Sheer is here, but does not have the unstoppable onslaught. He's going to use that decimating smash to try to lock down Taeyun. Jway jumping in as well, and it will be a 1-for-1 so far. But Monkey now jumps in, lands that Comet Spear, and will take him down for a double kill going towards the Pantheon. Now Sheer still alive, but in a 1v3, going to try to get one back on a Vampire, but it will not happen. Dredge line back in, and Team WE winning out on that fight, and on the bottom lane as well, as Karis will pick up the kill on the Care.
Oh, it's a complete... That delays the death of his friends, but not enough.
And just overall taking a look at this fight as a whole, nicely done by Monkey to find himself a couple of kills, and then Sheer just doesn't have any damage actually starting up the Rift Herald.
WE, they can potentially go and try play around this one. Jway could have a bit of a flank right now, and you can see the hesitancy out of WE. They don't know where everyone is.
Yeah, Monkey's not in the area for Smite just yet, but here comes that Grand Starfall. Shadow already has to pop the untargetable, but Assume diving onto the back line, taking down Taeyun, and Jway somehow gets the Rift Herald. So right now it's a 2-for-2 in terms of kills right now. Cube gonna go down here as Care picks up another kill, but the seismic shove will connect onto the Ahri as well. Karis still very big on the front line, on the back line here, and Monkey doing the work. It's a triple kill for the Pantheon, and the Scion will fall as well. All of a sudden it's a quadra kill for Monkey, and an ace picked up for Team WE.
They were hesitant, but the second that they knew where the majority of members were, WE go flying in. Monkey with that quadra kill. He is popping off right here on the Pantheon. I think Pantheon's been one of the best look champions for him. He can be so proactive on it. You can see with that Grand Starfall down across multiple members in that team fight, just shredding through people.
In the last match time that these two teams faced off, and that was not a result that was necessarily expected at the time, but the way WE have been playing, I mean, this is certainly starting to become the norm here for this team.
Where we have time to breathe, think about what the next play is going to be. Apparently the answer is a dive onto Cube.
Yeah, it's going to match. Teleport from Karis is coming in, and there's just not enough DPS to put down onto this Rumble, who immediately pops the Equalizer and might look to try to turn things around a little bit here. In comes Jway as well as Vampire, but it's going to be the WE support here first, landing that dredge line here onto the Rel, knocking him up with the depth charge. In comes Taeyun as well. That Rel's all but toast here as Karis will shut him down. A 1-for-0 off of that play that was started by FPX.
Indeed it was. The Atakan going to be needed to either be a little bit safer or have the rest of the team go in with him. Fortunately for the support for FPX, neither of those end up happening. And it is going to be that bot tower over to...
Better and better as their young careers continue to evolve here in the LPL. FPX still looking for something. They're going to try to find it here on a cube, and they most likely will, as Assume camping out of the bot lane will be able to pick that one up. Question is now, what can WE get? Because on the top side of the map, that's that Otacon that you were talking about, immediately getting started up.
Yeah, the second that you show that many members down towards the bottom side of the map, the Atakan always going to fall. Homebound Atakan going over to WE right here. The response was an attempted push onto the mid lane out of FPX, but that's not going to end up happening. You do manage to rotate Taeyoon over to that one to stop the push, so you get yourself a kill and the bot lane tier 1 tower with a little bit of objective bounty gold in response for the Atakan.
So now Team WE's objective becomes that objective here in the Dragon Pit. As currently Sheer is getting targeted out here, but Monkey will get knocked up. Immediately jumping in with the killer instinct is Assume, and Shadow comes in as well. It's a full-on engage here for Team FPX, but they just don't have the juice. They have no damage. Sheer's gonna go down already. It's a 2-for-1 overall in the fight. Equalizer comes out from Cube. It separates the rest of the remaining survivors of FPX, and Team WE win out on yet another skirmish.
Yeah, they do manage to get the kill right here onto Monkey, so it is something. It's a decent little shutdown to be able to grab it for yourselves, but they're going to lose this tier 2 tower in the bottom side of the map as well. An 18-second where everybody is at with that Drake down on the bottom side of the map. Yeah, you can see multiple members right here of WE have headed down to be able to pick this one up for themselves, and that is now going to be sole point available for WE.
I think it's really starting to fall apart here for FunPlus Phoenix as another play might be opening up here. Monkey gonna go in with the Grand Starfall, immediately get knocked up, and then the smash, and just one shot. And now FPX have the angle that could potentially turn this game around. A Charm lands on a Taeyoon. Assume jumps in with a killer instinct, and now it is WE who have to be on the retreat. Their soul laners are still alive, they still do a lot of damage, but FPX go 3-for-1 overall.
Yes, they're very good at getting themselves early leads through the aggression of Monkey, but the aggression of Monkey doesn't stop at any point. He continues to be aggressive throughout the entirety of the game. Sheer currently in the bottom side. Oh, Shadow, no.
Nice usage of that untargetable here. Gonna keep him alive. Oh, Care! Flash over the dredge line. Only lane to the charm on a Vampire. But here comes the choo-choo train. Sheer jumping in with that unstoppable onslaught. Is a little bit far forward. Finally going in. And now it is Dway who gets locked up by the chain of corruption and taken down. The front line of FPX going a little bit too far forward. And that'll cost them 2 more kills as WE can now turn their sights towards the Baron.
You've still got a couple of high damage carries available for FPX or WE. They need to be careful. Need to play Gatekeeper right here. Stop Shadow from being able to get into the pit and potentially steal this Baron away. They've done the hard bit at the start of this fight, though, getting down these main tanky carries.
Vampire looks for a hook on a Care, not able to find it. That Baron is going to get taken down with ease as nobody from FPX can jump in without their front line alive. Assume not even going for the play, instead try to burst down this tier 1. But now Monkey jumping in with the Grand Starfall, going to try to take him down. Assume will survive at least for a little bit longer, but the Weaver's Wall has found Care, and Taeyoon will take him down. Another kill going the way of Team WE. And now it is the 2 carries left alive that are not in a very good situation. There's no empowered recalls. Assume will drop. It's a delayed, but still almighty ace picked up for Team WE with the Baron now in their hand. For Team FunPlus Phoenix. Certainly starting to fall apart a little bit. Assume is strong, don't get me wrong. 3.5 items, but hey, Taeyoon's right there as well. And the big will be able to jump on out with a crash out. And so mid lane will become the priority here. Only 1 lane is being played right now for WE, but they just want to try to force this one down.
Shadow's got a little bit of a flank on right now, but I don't know if he's going to be able to step up.
Unstoppable onslaught. It is not going to find a target. Vampire goes in onto Dway, and they will take the rel down with ease. Sheer the next target. The chain of corruption follow-ups onto Assume, and that means that he's going down as well. Shadow very far away, very isolated from the rest of his team, and that means Team WE can ignore him and instead turn their sights to the base.
Yeah, they've still got these Baron-empowered minions pushing forwards. Care, the only member right here, trying to defend at this point. Not going to be able to stop the inhibitor tower going down. Not going to stop the inhibitor from falling. And actually, with the base TP coming through as well, WE, they want to close this one out.
It's just over, folks. It's Team WE marching into the base of Team FPX. And that will be how this Game 1 concludes. Couple of back and forths, a couple of wacky team fights overall, but WE looking to repeat history as they take Game 1 of this best-of-3 series.
Trundle in the jungle, I think, makes this so exciting to watch for WE. This is an entirely different kind of composition to what they had previously. It's still pretty team fight. Both your cleanse and your flash right here. Monkey, yeah, like you said, just going to go straight back and do it all again.
Has the pillar. Meanwhile, up at the top side is going to be Cube in some trouble, and it looks like Shadow might pick it up for first blood, but what will happen on the bot side? Assume's already down, and they're going to go for the redive onto Dway with relative ease. Monkey on the Trundle, making some impact known in the bottom lane. 2-1 in favor of WE.
Oh, it works out for them, but it wasn't necessarily needed. Instead, in this game, bot laners stick around because of the early pressure that Vampire and Taeyun have established for themselves down in the bottom side of the map. They're going to be able to just pick themselves up this early Drake nice and easily. And this is the thing, right? It's not going to be that standard 1-for-1 trade that we saw throughout the entirety of split number 1 and most of split number 2, where you just trade a Drake for the first 3 set of grubs. The timings are split enough that you can do it differently, and now Monkey potentially looking for another dive down on the bottom side of the map.
Still no flash onto Assume, so that pillar is going to keep him there for a long time. Nice cancel from Jue, but Taeyun will shift over and try to take out Assume. The Mystic Shot goes wide, and that means it'll be a 1-for-1 trade as both AD carries end up going down.
Oh, not ideal right there. Taeyun got a little bit too aggressive. He didn't need to. You could have waited a couple of seconds. A couple more autos would have been able to pick up that kill. And we've seen that the redive potential very strong right here from
Push in the mid lane. However, Vision set up really nicely around the grub pit for Team FunPlus Phoenix. So they'll know exactly what W are up to. As Jue goes in for the engage on a Vampire, who is level 6. Both supports having those ultimates, another key part of this new patch change. And the first grub already secured by WE. However, FPX wanted to go ahead and go back in and make sure not all 3 go their way. The fight going to be unfolding here. Solar Flare does not find a stun. Jue landing a charm on a 3. And the bullet time comes through. And a huge engage comes through from Karis as well. And FPX have already picked up 2 in the fight. Cube with the call of the Forge God. Knocks up 2. But Karis is going to go down to Shadow. And now Cube's the next target. FunPlus Phoenix stacked up as 5. Dominating the team fight in the jungle. And they'll pick up 4 kills on the Team WE.
There we go. All of a sudden, FPX turn WE. In fact, Monkey is able to complete that Trinity Force, so he is going to be able to wreck people if he can get himself into a good spot. Still going to be a little bit tricky with all of the damage and CC that FPX have available.
Trund on the 5v5s, not necessarily the easiest to go fully in, but with the setup for the rest of his team, could be a good opportunity here as a fight has already opened up. A Vampire's going to go down first. Monkey and Cube will shut down Care in the backline, but here comes that Mbessa. Sheer lays the public execution and another 1-for-1 trade as it's a 2-for-2 across the map, and WE gets something right back.
And it's the jungler specifically that goes down for FPX, so they're just not going to be able to play around this Drake. This is going to be second Drake going over to WE. When we have a look at that replay, it'd be really nice to see the decision making out of Monkey and Karis. Monkey and Cube. They just turn instantly onto Care, who's sort of out of position, and are able to take him down pretty much immediately. Stops this Azir from ever being able to get involved in the fight. And then from that moment on, it's much easier to play the rest of it out. Drake does go down, and it is going to be a Mountain Drake as our soul right here. Brilliant for either.
Teleport coming in from Care to make sure that this Rift Herald is controlled by FunPlus Phoenix, but another TP comes in from Cube as well, so they want to try to fight this. It's secured by Shadow, but here comes the call of the Forge God. It's going to knock up Assume, but he's far away from the rest of WE that they will not be able to find anything. The bullet time is canceled by the pillar, and here comes the engage from FPX. Jue with a really nice quickness. The grand entrance goes on a 2, and Care only shuffles away 1 as Sheer now has to run away, separated from the rest of his team, but here comes Shadow to the rescue for his top laner, and the re-engage here onto Taeyun is big as well. Cube trying to find something of the Brittle Procs. He'll only get 1 back as Shadow will drop, but still a 3-for-1 for FunPlus Phoenix.
And the Herald going to be picked up on top of that. Incredibly low. Same thing with Shui, but you're just never able to quite finish off the majority of these kills. Shadow falls, but that's the only member. Hang on, top side.
Yeah, Sheer could be in a little bit of a sticky situation, but actually going to stay alive for a long time. Finally, Taeyun picks up the kill, but now the quickness from Jue is going to land on the 3. Assume was frontlining for a bit, and so has to back off. WE fully stacking on the top side of the map are going to be able to find 1 kill onto the FPX top laner.
After picking themselves up those first 2 Drakes of the game, more than happy to just trade a couple of kills in the top side and some top lane pressure over for that objective. Now you can see Cube running for his life, being chased by Care and Shadow.
Ooh, nice Bella's breath from Cube. Not going to stop the engage from Shadow, though, with the 3 talent strike. Does knock him up. Should be enough damage to take him down. And so it's a trade of tops on opposite sides of the map. Most importantly, the Dragon going over to FPX as well.
And now the Rift Tower going to be spawned down in this bottom side of the map. Nobody feeling confident enough to be able to ride it, so it's just going to be a little bit of damage down onto that tier 2 tower in the bottom side of the map.
And allowing for Care to get essentially solo gold on this top lane tier 1. I believe he should get all of this here, as well as denying a lot of minions. Very good situation to help get this Azir further and further ahead.
With some easy knock-up tools from Monkey specifically, could just chuck the Pillar of Ice down wherever Assume is ulting and stop that one dead in its tracks. Hang on.
Vampire going very far in here. Only going to result in a little bit of poke onto Jue. As right now, WE are trying to set up priority around the river in the bottom side with the dragon spawning in less than 40 seconds. So right now, Sheer is trying to get a wave in as well and might be singled out here as there's a little bit of space between him and that bottom lane tier 1 turret. Nice pillar used here by Monkey will force Sheer to flash away. And now the Otacon will be started up by WE and FPX will be forced to respond.
Oh, this is risky though. Anytime you start up Atacam fast without winning a team fight, it's such a hard objective to be able to take down. It's down to about half HP right now. Mid lane has been pushed in by FPX Go, and here they are.
It's a big flank here. Shadow going to dash in first. Karis and guard does a lot here, and there's the public execution. Karis is down before the fight really ends up beginning. Karis, Shurima Shuffle only used defensively though, and Taeyun's still full HP on the backline. WE have already lost a member, but the health bar is still on their side. Shadow going to have to make a decision of trying to dive in to try to steal away this Otacon with Monkey still alive with 1,000 HP. The objective will reset, and everybody will back away.
Oh, lots of damage.
Doing a good job of defending, and now FPX will send themselves towards this dragon to teleport already in from Karis. If they want to make sure it is a 5v5. Pillar comes out, provides a little bit of space right now, and here comes the poke wars. The Ezreal and the Victor can do a lot to try to get themselves into the pit.
Sheer trying for a little bit of a flank right now. I don't know that anybody knows he's sat there.
Still hunting, still looking. That dragon is at 4,000 HP. Sheer hunting for a public execution. Monkeys is going to be able to get into the pit, and so it will be a 50-50. Shadow dashing forward, but it's stolen away by Team WE. The Call of Forge God lands on a 3, but now the Wombo combo can commence. Taeyun has to shift away. Will be able to survive and take a kill down onto Sheer.
Oh,
Cube! Knockup comes through from Cube. The Searing Charge will find 3. Karis Shuffle does not enough, and Monkey still frontlining. Will get taken down by Assume, who's suddenly popping off. It's a triple kill, a quadra kill for the Misfortune. Gonna make it a Penta onto Taeyun. It's a 1v1 between the Penta kill for Assume.
It's a complete mess of a team fight, but in the end, Assume comes out on top, picks up that Penta, and they manage to get themselves some more gold on the backside of that fight as well. Bloodthirst of Misfortune is insane, and as we jump out of the replay, we're also going to get this Atacam coming through right here for FPX. So they've managed to get themselves out to a big advantage in this one. Look at that damage.
8k, baby. That's the power of this MF. Now at 3.5 items, by the way, as you might have seen in inventory right now. As a full Infinity Edge and a Lord Doms. And now going towards the Collector here. And WE need to know that they need to make a play happen right now if they want to try to get themselves back into this game. They're down about 4,500 gold. Teleport going to come in. It is Cube on a massive flank, and FPX know it, but are just going to have to try to go forward to make sure this objective doesn't fall. Solar Flare comes out. It doesn't stun anybody up. The Call of Forge God is going to find the Misfortune. Searing Charge in. The MF is going to drop as WE claim themselves the Baron, and are going to look for the fight. Sheer going to go down, and Jue and Care are now on the run. It is WE picking up a huge win off the back of Cube and the decisiveness of Monkey.
And there we go. That's what we need to see from WE to get themselves back into this game. As much as it's been back and forth, as much as you should to start this one out, and it means Karis has enough time to put down the ulti. Yes, Karis then dies, but once that Arcane Storm is there, it's chasing the remaining members of FPX away from that fight. Really unfortunate play from Sheer to not be able to hit that one. The rest of the members of WE, they respond in kind. Make it work. Big damage here from Taeyun onto Jue. Huge damage, actually. Nearly managing to take out the support right there for FPX. And they're going to use this Baron Bush to push forward. Pick themselves up that bottom lane tier 1. The stubborn remaining tier 1 tower. Now, can they crack open any of these tier 2s and maybe even the base?
It's going to be difficult because they are still down in gold. FPX still with that 2k advantage. Large part of it onto the big carries for FPX as well. Care and Assume. Both looking very powerful here compared to their counterparts, although Taeyun is starting to dish out some damage as well. Care on the top side, going to take down that top lane tier 2. But now the inhibitor tower surely to go down, and a tier 3 is the first one to fall. Inhibitor in the bot lane going to go down as well as FWE do get their reward. Now can they escape without losing a member though? Jue looking for a potential engage. They're up 1-0 in this series, looking to close things out potentially here if the fight goes their way. But this was the fight that Assume got a pentakill around 5 minutes ago. Shadow chunked out very low. He had the Guardian Angel, but will likely have to use it if he wants to try to get in that pit and steal this Drake away. It's been started up by Monkey.
Yeah, they're going to be able to push forwards onto this
They're
one.
giving
Been really good with the smites. Yeah, indeed, it's just going to be the push down onto the mid lane. You should be able to pick up the mid lane tier 2 tower right here, but that is going to be Mountain Soul going over to WE. That shield, huge when these margins have been so close. For Jury, they've got a lot of poke on their composition, and once they can get on top of towers, they're going to take them down very quickly. But there is a lot of wave clear available to FPX. I don't know how much they're going to be able to push onto these towers without having a Baron buff available to them.
Zoom just
Monkey,
face tanking right now with the now flash away from the solar flare. Public execution though lands onto one
no.
and a huge ulti comes through. There's the wombo combo as Zoom picks himself another triple kill. Karis going golden, also going to fall as WE go way too far forward and fall right into the team fighting hands of FunPlus Phoenix.
It's just going to be Cube still available on the map, attempting to teleport back, but I think it's going to be cancelled. Oh, not quite. Cube is going to be able to get back to base, but still, we've got 20 seconds until Vampire's back up, 30 seconds until any of these main carries is available. This should be the end. Can Cube even stop this one? There's no real minion wave, although there is one on the way. There is a super minion wave in the base as well right here for FPX.
Okay.
Be forced to back up
They're
right
syncing
here.
up the wave.
Seconds.
They're making sure that that cannon wave, that cannon minion is also alive. Cube does not have to call the Forge God, so it's going to be very difficult for him to try to clear these minions out. Into the 1v4 they go. Vampire also is alive to try to find something, but it's just the tanks. Not enough damage here for Team WE whatsoever. Vampire sure to go down. The kill goes over to Care. Joy very low as Taeyeon has respawned. It's going to be a close fight around the Nexus. Monkey's here. Carrots is here. Can FPX do it?
They're on
the Nexus. It's so low. The staring shield not enough. And Team WE hold the line. They teleported the base, and they're going to win the series.
Oh, it was so close. FPX 200 health on the Nexus away from being able to pick up this game. But WE, they just about pull off the base defense. Cube and Vampire come in clutch. And WE, they are going to 2-0 versus FPX. They're going to keep their win streak alive.
What a game between WE and FPX. A pentakill, a near taking of the enemy Nexus straight into a Unireverse card right back. Monkey on the signature trundle, hitting onto them, landing the final blow. And Team WE win their 5th straight series in the LPL.